The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Welcome to Phil's Gang Show. My name is Phil Grande. Happy Thanksgiving. We got a special show for you today. I recently caught up with New York Times best-selling author Peter Schweizer, and we talked about many topics, including Clinton's uranium one deal, Joe Biden's backdoor deal with foreign nations, where he gave his son a big boost. And we started to talk about food stamps fraud, and a lot of great conversations I want to share with you. So please enjoy this interview and have a happy Thanksgiving. Peter, it's a fascinating book. I know that the book I've got here is The Secret Empires, but today I'd like to talk about a couple of things. One, you've got something going with food stamps. Why don't we start with that, and then we'll get into some of the other stuff I'm really interested in.
Yeah, a lot of people, when they think about food stamp fraud, they think about, an individual who's, buying lobster or something with their EBT card, and I understand, the frustration that goes with that. But as we point out in the report issued by the Government Accountability Institute, the organization I head up, what's happened with food stamp fraud is it's become this massive business where you have these vendors who are allowed by the U.S. Department of Agriculture to take EBT cards, and they run massive amounts of illicit, transactions through them. And that money ends up, in some cases, going to terrorist groups in places like Africa and the Middle East. You have criminal gangs like MS-13 that are getting involved in this. And the problem is the federal government is not vetting people who end up becoming EBT vendors. And so you have, for example, an individual in Alabama who was caught engaging in fraud, went to jail for 3 years. He got out, and what did he do? He became an EBT vendor again and engaged in the same kind of behavior. So very simple things like running criminal background checks are not being done, and it's costing taxpayers billions of dollars a year. And basically, people are given sort of a credit card-like device, and money is deposited into an account, but the money's fungible, so it ends up going all sorts of places, and you have fraud officers that say the money's even ending up overseas, and we can't track it.
In my town here, they'll take those cards and they get cash.
That's right.
The cards, and then the guy will give them a certain amount of cash, and the rest goes in their pocket. It's a big business here in Sarasota.
It's a huge business, and anybody can go on Twitter. Just go on Twitter and search under hashtag EBT, and you'll see transactions occurring on Twitter where somebody says, I've got an EBT card with $200 on it, I'll take $100 cash for it. Well, that's become a big systematic business, and criminal gangs like MS-13, the violent street gang that President Trump and others have talked about, it's a huge business for them. They are buying thousands upon thousands of these cards, and they're using them basically to launder money.
So what are they doing? Is anybody on top of this, or what's the deal? How do you stop this?
Well, you stop it by doing sort of enforcement that I think a lot of people assume are taking place. You do criminal background checks on EBT vendors. You have a ID. You have a photo ID on the EBT card. I mean, think about this for a second. I qualify, let's say, for food stamps. I get an EBT card, Peter Schweizer. If I can sell it to somebody for 50 cents on the dollar, get cash, and spend that money on what I want, if you had photo IDs on these EBT cards, you would really limit the ability to do that. If you required EBT vendors to actually look at the person who is trying to buy something with an EBT card, and they're actually checking to see if the person that is using the card is entitled to the card, that would be enormously helpful. And yet there's this huge resistance from bureaucrats in Washington because they say, the EBT cards create this stigma, and we don't want to call it out. My point is the system is filled with fraud, and this is one of the ways, and there are others in which we can try to deal with it.
Who's pushing to get the card? I mean, they get the photos on this. Democrats aren't, right?
No, it's you've got governors that are trying to push for these reforms. The federal government is resisting it. The food stamp program occurs under the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They're the ones in charge of the program. But you've got in the state of Florida, for example, Governor Rick Scott has pushed for several initiatives. The office here in Florida that enforces that deals with welfare fraud has aggressively been pushing these cases. But they don't have a lot of personnel. We have all these people that are receiving EBT payments, and they get, in some cases, tens of thousands of reports of EBT fraud occurring. They simply don't have the people to investigate them, and that's something that I think we ought to look at, is bringing on more investigators and really aggressively going after people that are misusing these cards and using them in an illicit way.
So how big is this business, money-wise?
It's hard to know. We don't know what we don't know, but it is, estimated that in the program, there are billions of dollars a year that are pretty much known to be, fraudulently obtained. Some of that is EBT money going to illegal immigrants that are not entitled to EBT benefits, but there are ways around that. So these are problems that can be addressed. This is fraud that can be prevented. It's just there's resistance by bureaucrats and by advocacy groups to actually make these changes.
Yeah, what's Trump's position on it, the administration?
I think, President Trump in the White House has been, supportive of welfare reform, which I think is good. But I think part of the problem is the inertia. There's only so many things a president can do, a White House can do.
Yeah.
Things get bumped to the Department of Agriculture. You got the Food and Nutrition Service, FNS, within the U.S. Department of Agriculture that runs this program. So it's really something that I think, frankly, you want, Mr. Perdue, the Agriculture Secretary, to embrace and push, and so far he hasn't been doing that.
Okay, let's talk about, which I'm fascinated with, is Joe Biden and the deal he and his son and Kerry's stepson. I didn't know this kind of stuff was going on. I looked at Joe Biden as kind of just a dope, good guy, nice guy, have a beer with. But obviously he's a pretty sharp guy. It seems like he's putting deals together. And what I don't get is this, like the uranium deal, right? And I always ask her, you telling me that Obama didn't get part of that deal? He's got to sign off on it? I mean, so Eric Holder has to sign off. Obama signs off. And you mean tell me they just say, okay, we'll sign off for you, and they don't get a piece of the action? That's what I don't get.
Yeah, I mean, it's, look, it's hard to know. As I always say when you're dealing with these issues, you don't know what you don't know. What we do know is that the Uranium One deal was something that the Russian government desperately wanted. There's all sorts of evidence to that effect. And what we also know is that the Clintons and the Clinton Foundation took in from 9 shareholders that were involved in Uranium One $145 million. I mean, that's none of that is in dispute. The Clintons don't dispute that. Their defenders don't dispute that. They say it's either coincidence or they say, it's not connected. But the bottom line is those are the facts. And, the problem with the process of approving these kinds of deals is it's all secret. It falls under this Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS, and we don't really know what the conversations are. They wrap it under the mantle of national security, but when you allow somebody like the Secretary of State, Hillary Clinton, to have her husband get speaking fee money from people that are want something from this committee, or to give tens of millions of dollars to a family foundation that bears her name, it's a massive conflict of interest.
We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Going on 20 years, philsgang.com has been educating and guiding their members to real profits in the stock market using the Phil's Gang color-coded Max Vest 1000 stock charts. And from day one, Phil Grande has always encouraged profit-making and that Phil's Gang members give back to the kids in need at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, or one of many charities that Phil's Gang supports. For more information on becoming a Phil's Gang member and the charities that that they support, simply go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com and click on the charities link. In this season of giving, we want to thank all of our loyal members, and from all of us at Phil's Gang, we want to wish you a safe and happy Thanksgiving.
Join Phil's Gang today. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. All you've been hearing is how October 2018 is now on record for being the worst month since 2011. But it wasn't for us, not for Phil's Gang members. Using our MV2 color-coded chart that identifies when the institutions are pulling their money out, we were in position to follow them, to short the market. So why don't you join my gang, where when everybody else is having a bad month, we're having a great month, here at philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
If you're behind, and you know you're behind in your savings, you know you're behind from retirement, you haven't got enough retirement money, you're getting worried, and nobody helped you today. Did anybody help you today? Were you able to go to your mobile device today and say, what should I do with my stock? Did anybody do a video for you today? Did your planner, did your money manager, did the guy that's running your 401k, did he do a video for you today 3 times during the day, tell you exactly what to do with the stocks we're in? No. Now, when you join the gang, you can decide what you want to participate in. You can have the full schooling where you come to our class on a daily basis. That's done over the internet, of course. Or if you're a person that says, I just want you to make money for me because I don't have time to learn, and I have a program for that. And that's called my video stock program. So when the market goes up, you're going to make money. When the market goes down, you're going to make money.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Are you ready to get serious about your financial future? You know, reduce your debt, pay off those student loans, and prepare for retirement. Taking control of your finances can be intimidating, but with philsgang.com, you will be educated and guided to make smart investment decisions in the stock market. If the market is up or down, philsgang.com is the only source where you'll learn how to trade stocks and how to invest in the stock market using professional-level skills and strategies. For more information, go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
St. Jude exceeds any expectation or any dream I could have ever had about a hospital. I was told we wouldn't get a bill. I didn't quite process that. How's this possible? It's possible through all the wonderful people who donate. I don't know if they are aware of what they do, but they're saving children's lives every day.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
Thousands of investors trust philsgang.com to deliver the tools and resources they need to invest with confidence. With the Phil's Gang Max Best 1000 stock charts, you have the power to create highest quality, color-coded, easy-to-read charts in just a few simple clicks. Designed specifically for technical analysis and investing, the Phil's Gang Max Best 1000 stock chart seamlessly integrates and functions on mobile, tablet, desktop, and web devices. Isn't it time you leave behind the old stock research routine, spending hours reading websites, out-of-date newsletters, and magazines? Instead, subscribe to the Phil's Gang Max Best 1000 stock charts and plan your entire investment strategy. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264, and we'll see you on the charts. Welcome back. This segment is brought to you by the MaxVest 1000 stock charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show and my special interview with Peter Schweizer. Holder had to know what was going on here. I mean, to me, to have Holder sign off on this thing is just unbelievable. He had to see what was going on. He had to be part of it. I mean, it's ridiculous to think he's not.
Yeah, and the Department of Justice, of course, oversees the FBI. The FBI was investigating the same Russian company, Rosatom, on bribery and all sorts of other charges at the time that this deal was being approved. So he knew that this was not a good company, and the review process is precisely supposed to deal with issues like, has the company engaged in criminal conduct? And yet the FBI is investigating it at the same time, and he doesn't say a word about it. It's really quite remarkable.
So where's this money go? They get so the Clintons got how much? 140 million, 120 million,
$145 million. Yes.
Where'd that money go? It just goes.
Well, some of it is still sitting in their foundation. They've built up this endowment, and they use the foundation to hire their friends to pay for travel for themselves and for Chelsea. And there's also been reports in the John Podesta emails that were leaked that foundation personnel were used for things like Chelsea's wedding. And some of that $145 million came in the form of speaking fees, so it ended up directly in the Clintons' pockets. Before Hillary signed off on the Uranium One deal, just a month before, Bill Clinton gave a $500,000 speech for a company called Renaissance Capital in Moscow. And that was 3 times his usual speaking fee. The last time he had spoken in Russia, he'd gotten $145,000. Now he's getting $500,000. And Renaissance Capital, that is paying him that amount of money for a 20-minute speech, was invested in and pushing Uranium One as a stock investment. So it's a massive conflict of interest. So the answer to your question, Phil, is some of the money goes into the Clinton Foundation, which they use for their lifestyle and use to sort of perpetuate the political machine. Some of it goes directly into their pocket to spend however they want.
That's what I'm asking. It's like a guy who I had a friend who owned a ski area. And he tremendous amount of cash. He brought me up to his attic one time, and he had garbage bags stuck over the attic. Hundreds of thousands of dollars. He had a big ski area. He says, "But I can't spend it." so it's kind of the same thing. So they get $140 million. I mean, they only can take so many jet rides or so many weddings. I mean, what the hell do you do with the money?
Well, it's
you can't invest it in a company or something, can you?
Yeah, well, I think, look, it depends on individuals, and people will ask me sometimes when, you look at a case like a guy who's worth $100 million who gets charged with insider trading on the stock market, and they're like, why does he do that? He's got $100 million. People do strange things for money, and I think it's pretty clear if you look at the Clintons' history, they've always desired to be sort of big money players. They've always desired to kind of have that lifestyle. They have these friends in Hollywood, they have friends in finance, and they want to kind of see themselves as financial equals. There's just no question about that. So I think they've decided that this is, leaving the presidency, one of the defining factors for them was building up this political network, the Clinton Global Initiative, the Clinton Foundation, to set the stage for Hillary to run for president. And part of that was, we're going to cash in. And so Bill, the family has made more than $300 million since Bill Clinton left the White House. God. And that wasn't a company he started. That wasn't, a shrewd investment that he made. It was him collecting money as a speaker and basically being a fixer for people. and they wanted that money, and I think their appetite for it continues.
So that's amazing. I mean, it's almost that's incredible. What a scam! I mean, what a genius!
Yeah.
I mean, they contribute nothing. I mean, right. I know what I have to do and what you have to do to make a living, and we at least try to contribute something to society. I mean, these guys. I mean, what an amazing thing. I mean, they get all this money. They don't put it into company. Maybe they do. They put it in shelter. But someone's got to be following that money, though, I would think, looking over their shoulders every day.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's very hard to track that money. But, I mean, just to give you an idea what you were saying about, what they do for the money, let me just give you one sort of example of how it works. Bill Clinton leaves the White House in 2001. And he hits the lecture circuit, and his speaking fees, he's getting paid in some cases $125,000 for a speech, $150,000, huge amounts of money. So he's bumping along from 2001 when he leaves the White House up until 2009 when his wife becomes Secretary of State. This is 8 years after he leaves the White House. His speaking fees triple overnight. Now, he's not 3 times more articulate.
Yeah.
Phil, he doesn't have 3 times the stories to tell. He's telling the same stories he's always told. My point is, people know that when they're paying him for a speaking fee, they are paying for access to his wife, who is the Secretary of State.
So, all right, so tell me about this deal with Biden and his son. In Russia and China, and they're the same ones that they were involved with Kerry in this deal, his son or stepson?
Yes. So,
God, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah. So Joe Biden, Vice President of the United States, realizes that he has to disclose his finances and his wife's finances while he's vice president, but he does not have to disclose the finances of his adult children, including his son Hunter Biden. Remember, Joe Biden had 2 sons, Beau Biden, who tragically died of brain cancer, and the other son, who is Hunter Biden. This is the one we're talking about in this case. And so when Joe Biden becomes vice president, Hunter Biden starts a investment firm called Rosemont Seneca Partners, and half of that firm is owned by Chris Hines, who is the son of John Kerry, the Secretary of State, or who becomes the Secretary of State. And what you need to know is they start a finance business. Hunter Biden runs it, but Hunter Biden does not have background in private finance. I mean, he was a lobbyist up until this point.
We'll be right back after this break.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Did you know Phil Grande hosts a daily live stock market investing webinar class? Never miss a beat with the market and your investments. Call 877-600-4264. philsgang.com has taught thousands of people from all walks of life how to invest and make profits in the stock market. philsgang.com can help you generate extra income, maximize your retirement financial savings, and teach you how to avoid costly investing mistakes. With the Phil's Gang membership, you get all the comprehensive stock research and data, analysis tools, Phil's recommendations, and the professional customer support you need to make smarter, more profitable investing decisions. Don't wait. Call today, 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. Did you know Phil Grande hosts a daily live stock market investing webinar class? Never miss a beat with the market and your investments. Learn, invest, and profit with philsgang.com. Call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG.
I will make sure that all the stocks that we are engaged in that are going up, we will get maximum returns, and we will be out of those stocks by watching our color-coded chart. You never again will have to worry about being out of an individual stock or an ETF or an index when the market crashes. You will be out before it does happen. All you got to do is join my gang, 877-600-GANG, 877-600-GANG. I'm reaching out to you. All I'm asking you to do is to reach back to the kids at St. Jude when you're making making money.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
philsgang.com. What are people saying?
Back about 2005, I found myself out of work. One of the things I was doing was KCA was playing Phil's Gang at noon, and he was predicting in 2005 a collapse of the housing market. Phil's Gang feller, he was on it, and nobody else was predicting what he predicted, but he was on the money. He was talking in 2005. He was talking about how people had the teaser rates with their mortgages, and the whole thing was going to collapse. And he knew what time it was. You got to respect that.
philsgang.com has taught thousands of people from all walks of life how to invest and make profits in the stock market. philsgang.com can help you generate extra income, maximize your retirement financial savings, and teach you how to avoid costly investing mistakes. With the Phil's Gang membership, you get all the comprehensive stock research and data, analysis tools, Phil's recommendations, and the professional customer support you need to make smarter, more profitable investing decisions. Don't wait. Call today, 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. 877-600-4264. Or go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. 877-600-4264. Did you know Phil Grande hosts a daily live stock market investing webinar class? Never miss a beat with the market and your investments. Learn, invest, and profit with philsgang.com. Call 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Learn, invest, and make profits with philsgang.com and give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show and my special interview with Peter Schweizer.
So this is a totally new gig for him. Well, move forward to December of 2013 when Joe Biden is flying to Beijing, China as vice president. He's aboard Air Force Two. On the plane with him is his son, Hunter Biden. Now, we know over the next 3 days that Joe Biden meets with all these Chinese officials, and he kind of gets criticized for rolling over, not challenging them on all the issues, trade and military affairs. He doesn't really challenge the Chinese on any of it during those 3 days. We don't really know what Hunter Biden was doing because very little of it was reported on. But here's what we know. 10 days when they come back, his small firm, Rosemont Seneca Partners, signs a $1.5 billion, that's with a B, $1 billion private equity deal with the Chinese government, not with a Chinese company, not with a American company in China, with the Chinese government. And the job is to take that Chinese government money and invest it for them. Now, as I've said, Hunter Biden has no background in private equity. He has no background in China. There's no evidence that he has any experience doing anything in China. So it's a massive payoff. That's the only way to see this. And it's the first of a series of deals that this small company, Rosemont Seneca Partners, gets with the Chinese government. And it's a pure play by the Chinese to basically buy good favor from the Obama administration, from the Vice President, Joe Biden. And I think if you look at the record of what Joe Biden does from that point on, they got a pretty good deal because Joe Biden is pretty soft on China after that deal goes through.
So the son, Hunter, and the other son, what's the other son's name? Is
Bo. Oh, you mean John Kerry's son?
John Kerry's son.
Yeah, that'd be Chris Hines.
Chris Hines. So Chris Hines, he doesn't have experience either, right?
He has some, but he's a passive investor. He's not actually managing this company. He owns half of it. And Rosemont, the word Rosemont in the name is actually the name of the Kerry Hines estate, but he's not involved in the day-to-day activities. It's Hunter Biden that's running it, and he's the one that's ostensibly making these investment decisions.
Jeez, so how the hell they get away with that? I mean, God, I'd be in jail. I mean, you take the government's plane, you fly over your dad, you got a contact, you roll back with $1 billion and to invest. Are you kidding? That's like winning the lottery. I mean, that's like, you got to be kidding.
Yeah, no, it's, and here's the thing. In China, they have this phrase. They talk about the kids of Chinese Communist Party officials that do deals. If you're J.P. Morgan and you want to do a deal in China, you got to sign up the kid as a consultant, and they call them princelings. That's the term they use, princelings. Well, the Chinese basically, I think, looked at the Obama administration and look at Washington, D.C. and say, hey, let's do the same thing there. Let's get favorable treatment. And by the way, they are attempting to do that with Trump's kids, recognizing that, everybody is looking for an opportunity to make some extra money, and they are trying to get the Trump kids to take lucrative deals because they are desperately trying to get Trump to soften his position on trade and everything else. Now, there's no evidence at this point that any of them have taken those deals, but there's no question that is the Chinese strategy.
But I can't believe they would, because they're first of all, nobody I don't say nobody, you did, but I'm talking about the media as a whole never reported on this deal with China and the Hines kid and all that. But boy, can you imagine if let's say this involved one of Trump's kids? I mean, the press would have to be all over it.
Yes, I think you're exactly right, and this is part of the problem right now is that we're not getting consistent reporting. I think there should be reporting on Trump, and I think it's like everything else. There's some good reporting, there's some really bad reporting, but the problem is there's not a consistency. The scrutiny that Trump is being put under, which I think is good, is not the scrutiny that you saw in the Obama administration, and that's the problem. The solution is not less coverage of Trump. It should be more coverage of Obama and Biden and Pelosi and whoever else is out there. And I think that's what the American people want. And one of the reasons that the media is in so lack of esteem for the media is that people see this inconsistency. It's glaring and it's obvious.
So Obama, I've got to believe that he wants to be a big player. You can just see it in his eyes that he's like, I want to be the big guy in the block, his ego. So who's he ripping off or making deals with, or is he involved with this kind of stuff? You got a book deal for $60 million. Are you kidding?
As I reported in the Secret Empires book, I mean, the Obama administration, Barack Obama made his very, very close friends very, very wealthy through something I called smash and grab. Obama has a best friend that very few people know have ever heard his name, a guy named Marty Nesbitt, who Obama says is his best friend. And what Barack Obama did as president was smash companies or industries and help his friend become very wealthy. So, for example, Obama went after for-profit colleges. He went after something called the University of Phoenix. People have probably seen it advertised. Mm-hmm. And Obama said, we are going to stop allowing GI Bill dollars that our soldiers and Marines use for educational purposes. We're not going to allow that money to be used at the University of Phoenix. And you can imagine what happened to this for-profit college's stock price. It went from $100 a share down to less than $10 a share.
Oh, I remember that.
And then at this point, what happens is Barack Obama's best friend, Marty Nesbitt, steps in and says, you know what, I think I'm going to buy that company. So Marty Nesbitt comes in and buys the University of Phoenix. And then, Phil, guess what happens? The Obama administration decides, you know what, we've changed our mind. We think we are now going to allow GI Bill dollars to go to the University of Phoenix. So you're smashing and you're grabbing. And you find, I highlighted in Secret Empires over and over again, with coal company stocks.
I remember that.
With payday lenders, same thing. Obama comes in, he smashes, drives down the valuations. His friends buy them for pennies on the dollar, and then they all get rich as it rises back to the top.
That's amazing, isn't it? I mean, it's scary is what it is. The power these people have. No accountability. I mean, it's just, I'm jealous. I'm not mad. You got to be kidding me.
It's a circle. And you know, I think we're going to see Barack Obama get into private equity soon. He's talked about wanting to do that. I think that's going to be the next phase in this. You know, this is the problem is that too many people that go into politics feel like they are entitled to also get wealthy. They convince themselves that they've been some great service to the country, and now it's time for them to cash in. And the results, of course, for the rest of us are just disastrous.
Do you think that Clinton's going to run again?
I think it's going to be very hard for her to run again for a variety of reasons. I think you're seeing a generational change in the Democratic Party. I mean, she's a baby boomer. You've got people like Kamala Harris and others that are coming along. You know, Bernie Sanders obviously is the same generation as Hillary, but he's kind of different. So I think her constituency is gone. I think if she runs, I think she's going to run into a lot of headwinds, and I think it's going to be disastrous. I do think there's a good chance that Joe Biden is going to run. I think he feels that
really?
Yes, that he needs to carry the
mantle. He's got the money. We know that.
You know,
he's got plenty of money to win.
Exactly. But you know, he's also. I mean, look, he's going to be, I think, 76. So he's not. You know, it's older. I mean, he's older than Trump is. But I think he's going to run, and I think what you're going to see on the Democrat side is a free for all. You're probably going to see 15 candidates in there, and it is going to be a scrum, to say the least.
So, well, this has been fun. I really appreciate what you're doing, Peter. This is great. I love talking to you. It's really fun.
Thanks, Phil. This has been. I've enjoyed it.
Let's do it again.
We will.
You just scratch your head. I mean, these guys are sitting there. They're representing us. Yeah, sure. Those three guys couldn't wait to get out of that meeting. Talk about the kind of what deal they got next. I appreciate it very much. Thank you so much. We'll get you on the air again. I love doing it.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. All you've been hearing is how October 2018 is now on record for being the worst month since 2011. But it wasn't for us, not for Phil's Gang members. Using our MV2 color-coded chart that identifies when the institutions are pulling their money out, we were in position to follow them, to short the market. So why don't you join my gang, where when everybody else is having a bad month, we're having a great month, here at philsgang.com.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, We recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
St. Jude exceeds any expectation or any dream I could have ever had about a hospital. I was told we wouldn't get a bill. I didn't quite process that. How's this possible? It's possible through all the wonderful people who donate. I don't know if they are aware of what they do, but they're saving children's lives every day.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures. Saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, people make it too complicated. Wall Street tells you the market cap and the trailing PE and the forward PE and price to sales to confuse you. All you need to know is, does the stock have volume? What's that mean? Energy. What does that mean? If you have people buying a stock, enough of the stock's being bought, it influences the prices to go up. Join my gang, philsgang.com. We're using charting, philsgang.com.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call. That's 877-600-4264. You're listening to The Best of Phil's Gang. Welcome back. This segment is brought to you by the MaxVest 1000 Stock Charts. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Give me a stock that you bought that pays you a really strong dividend that's guaranteed for the future.
Blackstone is a wonderful example, Stuart, of a name that it continues to grow its dividend, and you see its stock price growing with it as they keep growing the earnings.
All right, yeah, I have nothing against earnings. I mean, dividends. I love dividends. But wait a minute. To me, a dividend is a plus. You don't buy a stock just for the dividend. When people do that, you're going to lose. You should buy the stock because it's a strong, good stock. Now, Blackstone, this stock, if you go back, and my gang members who owned Blackstone, they made a 10% return when this stock turned green, where the institution started to buy it around $35, went up 10%, and then we got a strong signal to sell it short. It turned red, said get out of the stock. This guy is in a stock that's going straight down. This guy is in a stock that's red, that is telling us the institutions are pulling the money out. So why would you be in that stock? Instead, he should have started shorting the stock when it was around $38, when it turned red. He'd be up about 10% instead of losing money. Look, I keep telling you, I'm not just saying this, and I know you don't believe me, the market's going to crash. I know you believe all. I mean, I can't compete with all these guys on Fox and CNBC and Bloomberg who come out every day and tell you everything's fantastic, economy's wonderful, everything's beautiful, the market's going to go up forever. But it's not true. History tells you it's not true. Why would we be so lucky to think that every stock market crash had the three elements I just pointed out to you today? The three elements. that you've got the stock market, the PE ratios are too high. And when the PE ratios are exploding more than 100%, the market always corrects. You can't stop it. You can stall it, called financial engineering. So you got that component. You got the component where you have the stock market, the S&P, growing about 133% faster than the economy. You got the debt of people borrowing money that's growing much faster than the economy. About I forgot what the number was. I think it was 140%, something like that. So you take those three components. Every stock market, 2007, 1987, 2007, the dot-com crash, the housing crash. Every one of those markets crashed when those three things that I just explained to you happened. But again, in 2014, when this market was ready to crash, they started to beef up stock buybacks. The 1% or the 1/100th population, which there's only about 13 million people that fit that, and they make $27 million a year in income, and their net worth is $12 billion. So. And here's the thing, it's really hard. You go back to the gold standard. We got to go back to the gold standard, because if you don't go back to the gold standard, the government loves to spend. Those congressmen love to spend. At least when the gold standard was in, we had a strong dollar, because you had to have a $1 goal for every dollar you printed. And that stopped all this crazy spending. We would have never been in Afghanistan. We would have never been in Iraq. Never. Not spending. We would have been there, but we'd have done it smart. We'd done just special ops. Matter of fact, they pretty much stopped the war with a group. They just had a movie about it with a group of special ops, and everybody was so upset because the Boeing and Lockheed Martin and all the people who make ammo and tanks and all that. They said, "Well, no, don't stop the war." I mean, the Taliban pretty much was surrendering to a group of about 20 special ops. And Bush said, no, we got to go in. And all of a sudden, like 6-7 weeks later, they went in, built bases and everything else, because you want to keep that money flowing, right? But gold would stop you. You can't do what you want. You can't, if you don't have the money, you just can't print it. If you don't have the gold, rather, you just can't print it. So think about it. The government spent, $5 trillion or $720 million a day, or $32 million per hour, on the Afghan war. Now, that would have never happened because we never had enough gold to print enough dollars to spend $32 million an hour on these wars to keep the military establishment going. You see what's going on here? We spent $61 billion just on reconstruction projects in Iraq alone. We're missing $8 billion. They don't know where it is. It disappeared. 78.2% of the $61 billion supposed to be for building schools and other projects. 65% of those projects never started, but we still spent the money. 25% of those projects, only 10% of the projects completed. Only 10%. Now, think about it. It's a stealing, but they couldn't do it before when you had to have a gold standard. We sent $20 million to develop a rapid regional response program in the south central region of Iraq. The money was used. $12 million of the $20 million we spent was used for what? An Iraqi general built a home in Las Vegas, here in the United States. He also bought a private jet. None of that money was ever used to build this rapid regional response program. This is crazy. But again, nobody cares. Because the people don't understand. The people don't think, well, they didn't get a bill in the mail from the government. It doesn't have anything to do with me. Well, really, next time you go to the shopping mall or go get some food or pay for your health insurance and you can barely make the payment and it keeps going up, yes, that's how they bill you. But boy, it's sure hard to defend when you get... See, this is the problem. When they do stuff like this, and then the socialists come out and they say, look, we want to raise minimum wage, which is the worst thing in the world to raise minimum wage. That's a terrible thing. There's other ways to create incentives for people to work. See, I think it's terrible to give somebody a minimum wage. Why should they have a minimum? Let them be aggressive. And the guy who's aggressive, he's going to make more than minimum. They're going to make him the manager of the store. By giving somebody minimum, you're taking incentive from him. I mean, it's dumb. All right, so what do we do? I can sit here all day and tell, and I'm sure a lot of you are sick of hearing me talking about how bad the economy is and things are going on. You're probably so depressed you can't stand it. But wait a minute, I'm trying to tell you the truth. Here you got Larry Kudlow, the biggest BSer in the world. Biggest BSer in the world. He's telling us how great tariffs were for the American people. What are you, nuts? What are you, nuts? Tariffs are great for the American people? Ford's laying people off, Larry. They're laying people off because the cost of it went up $1 billion for their materials, for steel, and so now they're laying people off. How's that good? Remember, we're supposed to, Larry, you promised everybody's going to get a $4,000 wage boost, a wage boost with the $1.5 trillion big tax cut. Nobody ever got the $4,000. And worse, 1 in 5 jobs in this country, Larry, has no family leaves or medical leaves or unemployment insurance or any kind of safety net. A lot of them are contract workers. That's terrible. Housing costs still going up. Americans are now paying a third or more of their paychecks just to rent. Just to rent. Rents are going through the roof. Are you kidding? This is unbelievable. Look at the pharmacists. It was your idea, Larry, to let CVS merge with Aetna. Now, the 120 most popular, most used drugs by seniors, they have to use them, those costs went up 18.7%. Thank you, Larry. There's got to be a better way. I can't fix any of this, but here's what I can tell you. When the crash comes, why don't you be ready for an opportunity? The last time it came was in 1929. And when this crash hits, and we're going to get wiped out 60%, maybe more, and they're going to stop stock buybacks. Because everybody knows that the only reason the stock market didn't crash in 2014, just like 1929, because the 1 percentile, the 100th of 1 percentile, were able to keep getting that money printed because they're the ones that run the Federal Reserve, get that money free, and they kept buying stocks. But now the gig's up because interest rates are going up. So join my gang, 877-600-GANG, and please learn how to short a stock. You don't have to learn. I'll just tell you what stock, tell you what button to push. And when I tell you to run like hell, you run like hell. Waiting for your call. Happy Thanksgiving.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.